Fourth Legion's number grows stronger.
54 as a sub had been a long time, mate.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Iron Warrior Cosplay live stream with me, your host, Iron Warrior Cosplay. Now, I need to double check super quick because I've adjusted the audio, and as loud as it is for me, I'm hoping it isn't as loud for you guys. But how are we doing, chat? That's loud. That's loud. I just realized how loud that is. I gotta turn it down a bit more. I think that's all right. That's nice background music. Good. There we go. I like that. There we go. Always issues. Never ending. I don't think they ever will end, chat, and I don't think that's such a bad thing. So yeah, it is what it is, eh? Let's do that. I just want to make sure that's open. There we go. Bear with me. Sorry, something is not going properly for some reason. That would be the problem. There we go. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. Hold on. This is being a real pain. I don't know what it is about this that's being such a headache right now. Hold on a second. There. Done. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, sorted. Right. I don't know why that was happening, but I fixed it. There we go. Fixed it. Right. Hello everyone. How are we all doing? Let me scroll back up. So, we have Mr. Titan. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you so much. 54 months. 54 subs. It's been a long time. Yes, it has. That's insanity. Thank you so much. We have Archivist Draconis, love the name. Yep, you are back, by the way. Appreciate you. You are on a 7-stream streak. Thank you so much. The 4th Legion continues to show up and show out. I love it. But yes, Mr. Titan with the 3rd. We have Mr. Titan with the Tonk. And we have the Chaos Scold 2nd. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Der Krieg, how you doing? That's how we all know it's real. Eternal issues. I know, right? The day this is perfect and there's no issues, you're like, that's pre-recorded. That's fucking AI. That's pre-recorded. But no, I am still struggling with my insane hair, which I need to get cut. But tonight we have something a little bit special. It is the Joy of Chaos painting stream, as you all know. We are going to move over to here. Oh, look, we're over here now. This means I can do things like this, so you can see me as well, and like this, where you can see me and you can see what I'm doing. So lots of fun things happening, and I absolutely love it. Let's move that over. There we go. So yes, as you can see, things are happening. Things are here. There we go. So 1 week to go. Yes, I can't wait for MCM. MCM is coming up, and I can't wait to have a holiday. I want to get out of work. Fuck my job. I want to get out of work. I don't want to be in work. Can't be asked. It looms in the void, but in the best way ever. I know you've been posting it to the Discord. You've mentioned it, I think, maybe 900 times. It's fine. And I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for getting an Iron Fest ticket. It genuinely means a lot to me. Those of you who haven't already, by the way, go buy yourselves an Iron Fest ticket. Go buy yourself an Iron Fest ticket. It will pop up periodically in chat, especially if you go like this and go Iron Fest. It'll also come up there. But yeah, I'm figuring I saw you working on your army. It's amazing. So again, thank you so much. Totally not a Tyrannid. Thank you so much, Mr. Titan. I've been watching you. You've been very busy. We also have a fun stream for you guys tonight, and even funnier, the little technical issue I was working on. still hasn't properly resolved. So I'm going to resolve it now, and that is I'm going to bring Apple Music over to each of these channels because I forgot to do so. We now have music. Yeah, but we are here. I'm so excited. Flash has been working on his cosplay. So much, in fact, by the way, I'm very excited about this, is he has been contacting me quite a bit, actually. It's been really nice. Let me move over a little bit. There we go. Sorry, this chair doesn't have wheels. He's been contacting me quite a bit, actually, about a project he's been working on, which is his Krieg cosplay. And who has he come to? He has come to me, Mr. Krieg man. He has come to me, and you just bought it. That's sick, dude. That's sick. I'm seriously, holy shit. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just checking my email because it's cool to see them come through, and it's like someone bought a ticket, and it's like yay, and you have no idea. It makes me feel incredible, and it also means more people coming to Ironfest. Thank you so much. Genuinely, thank you so much. Lovely fun away earlier. Well, you know, I was on lunch and you weren't. But it was fine, and it is what it is. But seriously, totally not a Tyranid. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much it means, and because of that, by the way, we are going to switch back to I'm going to switch back to and I want to do this big old. Where is it? Hold on, I've got it here. It's so many buttons on my Stream Deck. It's insanity. It's insanity. But totally not to turn it in the warp. Thank you so much for buying an Ironfest ticket. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. It really means a lot. It really does. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have another one. You can have another one. Because I am genuinely happy. It's super fancy. I know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I've had that for a while. I think, but here's the cool thing about it is I've not used it in a very long time. So yeah, it's just nice. It's nice. Let me move this just above chat. There we go. Let's try that again. There we go. You can now see them in the corners. There you go. That's how they should have been. Is what it is. But seriously, thank you. I really appreciate it. You get 3 of them. You get 3 of them. Yes. But seriously, thank you so much. You have no idea how much it means. And by the way, the email has indeed come through. I'm super excited about it. It just came through, and it's just like you've sold another ticket to your event, and I'm like, yay! Genuinely, I love it. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. You have no idea. People who are coming to Ironfest, people who have bought tickets, you have no idea how much it means to me when you guys support Iron Warrior Cosplay, and not only that, Ironfest, my first ever event, and it really, really means a lot. We'll be right back. Let me know when you're back, Flash, because I'm ready to go. But I'll explain to everyone what's happening as well. I need to get another pouch made for my pickup and hook set. Ooh, that'd be cool. Why don't I have a ruler that starts at the tip of the measurement group? What do you mean? What, does it not start at 0? Does it start at like 10? I'm concerned. Also, how is the Apple Music really quiet suddenly? I'm worried I accidentally turned it down, possibly. Turn this all the way up. Oh wow, yeah, I did. Oh wow. Let me just. There we go. There we go. There you go. At least you can hear it now. I couldn't hear it before. Let me just turn that down on my end. There we go. Awesome. Yes. By the way, let me know when your QR code arrives through your email. I want to know how quick it is. Did it arrive straight away? Did it arrive the moment you clicked it? Like, let me know because I want to know. It's just cool to have have that come in. Baba Kaiju Cosplay, how you doing? You posted to the Iron Legion channel. I even have Discord up ready as well. Loving it. Love it. That's so cool. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Seriously. Oh, can't wait to see you guys. Damn, so excited. More people buy Iron Fest tickets. But yes, Baba Kaiju Cosplay is here. How you doing? Baba, you forget I came across the pond. I'm already yes, it's already in the email. Nice. I love that. That's amazing. That's amazing. Right. Okay, so what's up, Big Sexy? Well, actually, I was just talking about it now. Flash has just said we'll be right back. He's just on his way back now. But what I wanted to talk about was today, and over the past couple of months, actually, I've been talking to Flash. Flash has been messaging me a lot, asking me about different Krieg stuff. So I've been helping him with, like, different stuff. Like, for example, my patterns and stuff. Like, he bought all my patterns. I've been helping him out with, like, Thompson Senior Roof Sealer, how to do this, how to do that, and all this and that. And I even had a nice long phone call with him today, which was really nice. We had a proper nice chat about his cosplay and stuff and what he's going to do and how he needs to do stuff. And he wanted to ask me about Thompson's 10-year roof sealer and how to use it. Well, you should ask the man himself that. I have a tin here called Thompson's 10-year roof sealer, and what we're going to do today is we are going to do a little tutorial on how to use Thompson's 10-year roof sealer to get different effects and different, if you want it smooth, if you want it sort of textured. For example, Blue likes to do a lot of rust. So if you wanted to do rust yourself, you could texture it. It's a little tutorial. It's just a little one. Just a itty bitty little one. It's just a little one. And we're gonna do this, and we're gonna show not only you guys, but I'm going to show Flash as well how to do it. And fingers crossed. He'll be here while I just show him how, and then I believe, if I'm right, him and Mr. Baba Kaiju Cosplay are going to go and do some gaming together. They're going to do little gaming together. Lots of little gamings together. So they're going to have fun there. But I'm going to be working on a project. So while we wait for Flash to return, because Flash is gone, while we wait for Flash to return, I want to show you guys something that I've been working on. I've been working on this for maybe a while. Do you carry a lighter? I used to carry a. I don't smoke, but forever and ever, I used to carry a trench lighter, a replica trench lighter. So it's one that you fill it with like Zippo fluid. You light it, and then you can pull it out at the bottom, and it gives you a really big flame. I used to carry one of those. Totally not turning to the warp. Yes, there will be tonight because I'll need to finish what I'm doing, and also Discord's working again. So but yeah. So yeah, that's what we're working on. And we are going to go over to here, and we are going to be working on some bits now. And what we're going to be working on is this. What do you guys think? I built this forever ago. Let me show you guys here. This, I've been working on this for a long time, as in I've had it built for the longest time. And I've not done anything with it because I couldn't be asked. It's just something that never happened. Let me raise you guys up so you guys can see a bit better. And yes, it has the fancy funny Krieg meme boom on the front, and I'll show you guys what it does in a moment. I've been given a Hail Hydrate by the Chaos Scald. How you doing, Chaos Scald? Welcome. I would say long time no see, but you were here last time too. Need to grab a battery super quick. Move this out. I don't have wheels anymore. So my standard chair, the chair I've had since I was a kid, essentially, sadly, this chair's dead and dying, and it's not working right. Blue. I don't not tobacco. No, fair enough. What's this song called? This is Zwitter by Rammstein. Zwitter. Zwitter. Yeah, there should be. I've tried to adjust the volume. I've tried to adjust the volume so that it could be. It's fading out now, by the way, because the song's finished. But I've had it on my phone playing so I could hear myself. But then I just want it as background music. I don't want it like in the foreground. There you go. I can hear it. Hold on. Yeah, see, that's too loud. See, I can hear that now, and that's cool. That's fine. See, I can hear that. I'm just going to mute that super quick and then be quiet for a second. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's sort of in the background, and it can be heard. There's a lot of Rammstein. There's a lot of Lindemann. There's a lot of songs you guys have chosen too, but I've just shoved a ton of songs in there. I also need to make sure next stream. I think it's next stream. Let me just get rid of that because it's echoing. What I need to do about next stream is I need to make sure that the music, what you call it, like the Wii music and stuff, is playing in the background. Because instead, this music you hear now, nothing is coming out. So when the VOD is saved, there's no music at all. So I actually need to find a way of like playing the music as well as because you can't have just a silent stream. Whereas at the moment, mine is. So, but it is what it is. I don't think. Yeah, the Wii technical music is there, but I've muted it. And now you can hear it. So I'm still working on that. Like, I'm still trying to work on like how to actually do that. For example, let's get the Wii technical music. If I mute it for there and let it go out to the VOD, if I unmute it, yeah, we can still hear it. So I'll figure that out. It'll be something I figure out for next stream. Because I can't figure it out now. I don't know how to actually get it to do it. But I know hold on. I know how to get it to work in general, like with the music through my headphones and stuff now, but I need to get the Wii music playing in the background where you guys can't hear it. For example, if I did this. Hold on. Sorry, bear with me. Can you guys hear this? Can you guys hear that? Let me know if you can. Can you guys hear that? It's no? Good! Then I have fixed it. Okay, cool. Then I have done it then. Right, hold on then. Let me see if I can work this out then. So if I go like that and just go monitor off, and then do the same with Rogue Hobbies. Monitor off. I hear nothing. Brilliant! That means then I can just continue playing what I've got on here. is this so quiet? There we go. There we go. So, right, let's get this back, right? I printed my IFS ticket. Why did you print it? It's an email. You show it on your phone and we scan it. 21st century and all that. This is what I've been working on today. This has been a bit of a project, right? And I'll explain to you in a moment. What's happening. I'm just getting rid of some bits. Right, there we go. So, this is something I worked on a while ago, okay? I had made this as part of my demo Krieg, like my engineer, and I needed to make the actual, like, circular detonator explosive thing that he does in the trailer. If you guys remember the trailer of the Krieg versus the Orcs, when the Krieg first came back properly in plastic, it was a Krieg versus Orcs box. And in the video, he puts the explosive on the wall and turns it, and then runs cables out, and then uses something that looks like this. Something that looks like this. What I had originally was a foam dowel, okay, and a small wooden dowel, and I had this. This is my plunger. This is what I had. This and this are the same size, same length, except the handle's a little bit. No, it's exactly the same. There you go. Good. So I didn't like this because what was happening was this was bending. The foam was rubbing against the foam and not being very smooth at all. So I've kept that. But what I did instead was I made one out of wood. My woodworking skills have slowly been coming back. I never really lost them, but I've been using woodworking again. I still have my lathe and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I wanted to do. So this now pulls up and it can turn or whatever, but it pulls up and it pushes down, right? And I even put a little pin in it. And there you go. What do you think? Right? Not only that, but the front here where it says boom, this will be changed. This is going to be changed to something else. This is the only thing I wanted to put because I didn't know what to put at the time. Right? Let me just turn my music down on my end. You can pop this off and access the inside where there is a 9-volt battery connector. And that 9-volt battery connector connects to here. Okay. Oops. And then it goes into a little slot in the front there, and then this, the right way up, goes back on like that. Okay, right. Then, when I want to arm this, I flick this switch up and I arm it. See, it's armed, and then when it's armed, you pull this up, and then you go, and then boom, and then you can just turn it off, grab this, and run away. I'm working on these. These are just 2 little hex nut things I put on them super quick. I want to make 2 little connectors here that I can just screw in and actually have a cable. And I want a big cable I can reel out, which would be really cool. And I want to make it out of like paracord. I just want to like tie knots in it and like plait it up so it's paracord, so it'll be really lightweight. So I can just run it out, and then like connect it to this, connect these down, get the thing, do it, whatever. Lift this up, flick it on. Lift that up. I can even hold this. For example, if I go here and I go, right, everybody ready? Okay. And then it explodes. That kind of thing. That's what I want to do. And that's cool. So, what I'm doing tonight for Mr. Flash himself is I'm going to be roof sealing this. I've needed to roof seal this for some time, and I haven't managed it. So, Mr. Flash, you, my friend, I am going to roof seal this and show you how to do it. This hasn't been painted yet, by the way. I'll be painting that later on, sort of by hand. But there are a few little things I need to do. For example, I need to mask off the switch. I need to mask off the little LED as well, which will take but a moment. It'll take but a moment. Did my first layer on the chest box of roof sealer. That's sick, dude. I'm about to do you a little tutorial too, so you can see what kind of things you can do with it. So that's why I'm really happy about doing this, because not only am I getting to do something I've needed to do for about 2 years, probably, if not more. but I also get to teach somebody, and that makes me very happy. Getting to teach someone something is always something I really, really enjoy. Whoopsie daisy, that wasn't meant to happen. There we go. Just going to mask off the Velcro as well. Always a good idea to mask off the Velcro. And because it's just masking tape, just cut it to the size you need. So we are going to be just working on this tonight. And then after stream, I will probably work on this as well. If you guys are subscribed to Iron Warrior Cosplay here on Twitch, or if you've been gifted a sub or anything like that, you are welcome to join us in the Iron Warrior Cosplay subscriber only section of the Discord, which gives you access to things like after stream hangouts, early access to giveaways and things like that. I haven't done a giveaway yet because I haven't been able. I'm not sort of making enough from Twitch yet to be able to just do giveaways like I wanted, but I will eventually. Once I start making enough from like streaming in general, I'm hoping to buy some boxes and stuff and just start doing giveaways and stuff. Would be really cool. Actually, I'll need a little bit of this actually. Tell you what, this is some of the best masking tape I've ever used. It's super sticky. Get that around the LED. I always mask my LEDs around the LED rather than just like plonk it on top because I like the LED to be completely surrounded. Let's just peel off a little bit. I don't need a lot. There we go. Then I'll use my scalpel to push it all in out of the way. There we go. Just fold that over out of the way. Awesome! Right, so the first thing I did, and this is like the start of the tutorial, the first thing I did was lose the cap for my scalpel. There we go. The first thing I did was I shook my roof sealer. You can shake it, stir it, like James Bond. Shaken, but not stirred. This is Thompson's Tony roof sealer. There it is, the big boy. This is the big, big boy. And I buy mine in black, even though you'll be like, but it's grey. I'm like, yes, it is grey, and then it dries black. You could buy one that is grey, that actually dries grey. I've had one of those. My girlfriend bought me one for Christmas as a bit of a gag, which was really funny. That's the color of it, and it dries black. So, let's pop that to one side out of the way. Now, Mr. Flash, this is for you and everybody. I always recommend, if you're painting something like this size, just grab like a medium-sized brush. This is a little inch and a half brush, okay? I was shocked when my black sealer came grey. I know, right? How is the new stool? I love the new stool. I'm using it over on the workbench for the Krieg Voxcaster, and I love it. It's my new favorite thing. I would use it here, but it has no backrest or armrest, so it's just a stool. But I use it for that, and I go back and forward between the laser and it all the time, and it makes me very happy. This is an 1.5 inch brush, okay? What I tend to do is grab this, grab some roof sealer, voila. I literally just skim the top of it like that until the bristles start to get loaded a little bit. Right? There you go. About that, just level on the brush, right? For example, let's just start on a flat area. If you just paint it on like that, and it doesn't go far, the foam likes to suck it all up. I have heat gunned this before now. Okay? Now, you'll see there in the light, okay? You'll see there in the light. See all those streaks and lines? You don't really want those, unless you're going for something that requires streaks and lines, you know, if you want something that requires streaks and lines, then go for it. But you need to think of roof sealer not so much as like a paint, but more as something you use to just cover your prop to protect it, okay? And, for example, to get into here, I just use the brush and I'll just push roof sealer into this edge. Then once I've done that, I'll use the brush and I'll just pull it up and down, right? So here's an example for you, and Mr. Flash, of course, that this is, for example, just that bit there, okay? See all those streaks and lines? Now, if you don't want those, you want to get rid of them, get one of these. It's a sponge roller, or just a sponge. That also works. What you do is, while the roof sealer's wet, you run the sponge up and down it. Just get right into the corners. Run it up and down like that. Press a little bit hard if you can. Get right into every nook and cranny. Right? Let me move that onto the paper. There you go. Look at that. Look at that finish. Now, by the way, for those of you who are noticing this little blemish, that little blemish, that's a bit of contact cement I accidentally didn't know about, so it's, yeah. But once you do 2 layers of this, you'll be fine, okay? So that's how, you know, you get into the edge here. There's a seam here. I filled that with roof sealer. So, you know, there's the bit of the seam I haven't filled quite yet, and there's the bit of the seam I have filled. You can see the difference. It's night and day. Bit I haven't filled, from here to here. The bit I have filled is from there to there. It helps with seam lines. It helps with a lot of things, right? What I like about it the most is it's thin enough that, you know, you can just brush it on and use a roller and whatever and just enjoy it that way. But it's also thick enough that when you do it in multiple layers, if you do it in like 3 layers, it will fill blemishes and cracks and stuff like that. It will fill everything. I know I'm going over it, by the way, but this is just how I do it. I'm just going over it because I wanted to fill that seam line. See, you can't see the seam line anymore. So this is now like one piece, if you will. It's not the one piece, but it looks like it's one piece. And all you need is about that much. Just literally the tip of the brush. Just the tip of the brush. And do it in nice thin layers. You don't dig into it and then just... If you're doing something huge, then fine, but it does dry on the prop because you're doing it in thin layers. How thick am I doing the first layer? Literally, you can see how thin it is. Just this. Literally, I'm changing the foam from the grey that is the foam to a grey that is like this, and then I just pull this down, get rid of all the excess if you can, and then I'll use the sponge roller like that, just to get rid of all those blemishes and things like that, and all the brush lines and things like that, right? And then that can dry, okay? Archivist Draconis, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Now, I'm hoping that's showing well on camera. If not, I'll show you on this camera. There you go. Look at that. See that finish? And then you can see where it hasn't. See where I haven't rolled? And then you can see where I have rolled. Right? That's as thick as it needs to be for the first layer, okay? And that's all you need, right? Is a tin of roof sealer, which isn't that expensive. It really isn't that expensive. And it lasts you so long. One tin, one of these, lasted me 7 years. I did the Space Marine 2 to 3 times over. I did upgrades, which I needed to use the roof sealer again. I made a ton of props. I made the power hammer, the chainsword. I did so much with it before it ran out. And when I say ran out, I was doing this at the bottom of the tin. You could see the bottom of the tin. I used it all. I have gone through a total of these since I was about 17 or 18 when I started using this. I'm now 33. I've gone through 10 of these tins and one small one that my girlfriend got me for Christmas or my birthday as a bit of a fun gag gift. But I used it. It's roof sealer. Why the hell wouldn't I? But it's super smooth, right? Now, just for you, Flash, I'm not going to heat gun this. If you wanted to heat gun this, right, you could. Now, I don't recommend it. I don't. But if you got a heat gun and put it on the lowest setting, like the absolute lowest setting that it will go on, so that it won't... Let me just get rid of my phone. Lock, you bastard. There we go. The lowest setting that will go on, hold it away from it and just move it up and down slowly and let it dry. What happens is it'll dry the first layer. And when I say the first layer, I'm talking about this. This is what I've done now. It'll dry this and it'll turn black. If you then get a brush that hasn't got roof sealer on it and start pulling it, that top layer that you've heat gunned can sometimes, depending on how thick you've done it, peel away like a layer of skin, and you'll be able to peel it off, and it'll be like a little bit rubbery. It'll fall apart in your hands, but then you'll just have roof sealer underneath it. But if you do it super thin, like I'm doing here, you could heat gun it super quick, and then leave it cool down, leave it for 12 hours. I say 12 hours because it's a good number. Just leave it for 12 hours. It's a good number. Now, for example, I'm going to give you a proper example here now as well. Do you see here? Do you see up here? Around here. Now, remember, I made this prop a while ago. I made this with no patterns or anything. I just did it off an image I had. Do you see this black line all the way around here? What that is the seam gap between this piece here and this piece here, because it's just a piece of foam that goes around the edge, right? Well, what you can do with roof sealer, and let me put this here and move this down a little bit just so I can show you guys. Let me move my stream deck out of the way. In here, you can see there's this dark void, okay? If you get your Thompson Stain roof sealer brush and do the exact same amount of roof sealer you've been doing this whole time, you can place this here, and I'll give you an example. Here you go, here. You can see it quite clearly there, right? If you then put roof sealer into that gap, right? You don't have to be too rough with it. It's paint in the end. If you then just pop that in like that, okay? And then smooth it over like that. That has filled a lot of that gap. You can see where it hasn't filled back here, right? See that, right? What you can do now is if you want, while it's still wet, get another load, pop it on, and then just pull back along that same edge. The roof sealer underneath will help hold it, right? You can now see it's filled it. There's the bit it hasn't filled on the other side, which is over here. And then there's the bit it has filled. Now remember, don't go nuts. Only a little bit. Now that I've done that, let that dry. Now, tomorrow, at like, let's say 12 hours later, okay, that may have sunk down. Because it's, depending how deep that seam is, and how badly I did the seam originally, that might run down into the seam and then fill the bottom. What you do then the next day is you just keep adding to it. I think, if I'm right in saying, I did a Gundam shield. Let me see if I can find it for you. Sorry, guys, I just had food before stream. I know, weird, right? Me having food before stream instead of starving during stream. I know. It's unheard of. Let me go to an old page of mine called Battle Ready Cosplay Props and Costumes, where I used to make props and cosplays for people. Mainly props. It was a lot of fun doing props and stuff. And one customer asked for a Gundam shield. And I was like, I don't think I can make anything that big. I remember I was still very new to it, okay? And what he did was he said, no, I'm doing a Stormtrooper Gundam. So I'm going to be a Stormtrooper from Star Wars, dressed as a Gundam sort of crossover. This is what he wanted. Okay? He wanted this shield from Gundam. Okay? Now, I was like, okay, that's fine. It's terrifying. I've never done anything. It has a lot of angles and a lot of weird shapes and stuff like that. I did it. I built it. Let me show you guys I'll show you guys like the raw foam one. Do I have a raw foam one? I don't have... Oh, I do. Sorry, I do. I took lots of pictures. Remember, this was a while ago, by the way. This was a long time ago. I've come a long way since, but that's what I built for him. It took some time to do the cross. This took a while, okay? It was amazing. So what I did then was I roof sealed it. You can already see the difference. See, there were seam lines here. There's seam lines. These seam lines here that I've put in, those are meant to be there. But I'm talking about these seam lines here. You can see that very thin... Actually, hold on. Let me reset that. If I go in a bit more, See these seam lines? You can see that very thin line there where I've glued them all together. I tried to get them as best as I can. But remember, this was back in 2021, so I wasn't like amazing at the time. When I roof sealed them, you can still see where the lines were, but it has filled them. So you can see here, it's just a line now. It's just a crisp line. There's no actual hole there. It's just a line. There it is. Same shield, and you can see here. It's this. The lines are still there. They're meant to still be there. The lines are meant to be there. But that seam has gone. You can't see it. It's not there anymore. And then I sprayed it, got it all done, masked it off, painted it and everything, got it all done, sprayed the red, sprayed the star, so much masking and everything, did the back, and then painstakingly filled in all the gaps and everything with black paint, and I made a Gundam shield for a customer. And yeah, that was one of the hardest things I've done for a customer ever, and it took ages. It took absolutely forever. And not only that, then he was kind enough afterwards. Now this is a big ask for me now, because I'm going back to my chainsaw days. Here we go. When he was done, he sent me this, and that is him in his Gundam Stormtrooper cosplay with my shield. That's a knife, with the shield. That's the size he wanted. I asked him for all the measurements and everything. That's the size he wanted. He couldn't believe how lightweight it was, and I was like, well, it's all foam and a single small PVC pipe. So yeah, you can see the kind of scale. Sorry, it's a combat knife. You can see the kind of scale. That's what he wanted, and I was very, very pleased with it. Incredibly pleased with it. He came to collect it. I refused to post it. It was too delicate, in my opinion. So that is how I do that, right? That is how I do that. If there's any like ugly seam lines I want to get rid of, I can do this. I can smooth it over. I can just paint it on like this. You can just paint it on willy-nilly. I like to be a bit more precise with it at the beginning. But this has gone a bit tacky already because I'm doing such thin layers. But I'm just showing you one more time. I don't have to do multiple layers, by the way. This is just me showing you. Imagine that first layer is dried. You put a second layer on like this. But then go a little bit thicker. Go a little bit thicker every time. So, for example, you just take paint and you can just add it on. It's nice and thick. Then you can just less pressure on the brush, and it'll add a thicker layer and a thicker layer and a thicker layer every single time you do it. Every single time you do it. You'll notice the difference, by the way, and especially you, Flash, you'll notice the difference. If you're painting something you've already painted, like this one, for example, I'm painting this like this. You know, it's like, oh, okay, it's quite wet now because I've added a lot onto it. I'll need to get my roller out in a second to start doing it. Make sure you do it in sections. The reason being is you'll notice that when you go back to like a dry bit of foam like this that hasn't had roof seal, you'll be like, oh, there's not much on there, and then you'll realize how thick this one is. And you'll be like, oh, wait, hold on, it's super thick. I need to grab my roller again. And then you'll grab your roller, and you'll do the same again. Now, something I want to mention as well, because you asked on the phone and stuff, which I really appreciate. Something else I wanted to mention even, after you asked, is about texturing. Now, texturing is a lot of fun with Thompson Stenia Roof Sealer. I showed Flash the pictures of my my old Krieg shoulders and my medic Krieg shoulders and how I did those. I'll give an example using a new bit of this prop. We'll use this bit. Okay. And by the way, if you left this until tomorrow and didn't paint the other side, you can just carry on. Don't panic about it. But just make sure it dries properly. And don't put it anywhere super hot. I don't know why, but I had issues. We have a Rayburn in the house. Some people call it's a different company. It's like an Arga, but it's a Rayburn. And it's a heating oil thing. It's a big cast iron thing. I'm not going to explain it. It keeps the house warm, boils water. And you can cook in it. It's like an oven. That, I put a prop near it. Not next to it, near it. The roof sealer cured so much that the next day I could peel it off like a big bandage. And I was so annoyed. So I had to do it again. But lucky, because it peeled off so beautifully, I just brushed it all off, got it all off, whatever, did it, left it in the workshop. It dries better in sort of like a warm, dry place rather than a hot, no humidity, just boil it, just dry heat. It hates it. It does well on roofs, though. If you paint it on a roof on a hot day, it does well on roofs because it's a roof sealer. But here's something I wanted to show you. Here's a blank bit for you, Mr. Flash. Get a little bit of roof sealer, right? Get a little bit of roof sealer, and do the same as you've done the last time. I'm just going to rush this bit just to get a layer on for you. So bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to rush this bit. I'm just going to get into the little nooks and crannies and crevices and stuff like that. Just so I've got roof sealer in there. Right. So here's an example for you. Let's say you've painted this bit like this, and I painted right into the little nooks and crannies. I need to do what I did before and get a nice thick layer and push it all in. Because I am still painting this to be used as a prop. I'm just also using it as a demonstration piece. So I can just pull all this back then. All the excess that I've just pushed into there. Okay. Now, say for example, you wanted streaks, you would just leave it like that, okay? Obviously, I use the roller. Pop the roller in like that. And sort of push it down a little bit. Squeeze that cap. Push it in like this. Okay. Now, say you wanted. There's a little damage here. I don't know if you can see it. It's a very faint crisscross. I accidentally hit it with my scalpel forever ago, okay? And oh my god, have I been missing stuff? I'm so sorry. Oh my god! Sorry! Chat hasn't been scrolling! Chat hasn't been scrolling for me. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I've been on the Chaos Scald saying it's varnish essentially for ages. Making cosplay sprues. Nice. Gorgeous layers. Yes. How thick of a coat? This is about as thick I did mine. That's good. Yes, that's good. Unfortunately, I've got to bail out. Oh, no. I remember. There you go. I remember that. Okay, hold on. It looks pretty smooth. Perfect smooth. Ew. Oh, no. What did I say? But can you seal my roof with it? That's so funny. That'll be handy for some of my bad seams. They're not bad. They're just seams. What? Doubling planning ahead? Don't. Yes, I know, I planned ahead. That's dope. Heck yes. Fantastic. Bravo. Wild. Oh my god, these are so cool. I'm so sorry. I have a second announcement. Okay, totally turn into the whoop. It's so you've a lot of announcements. You're as bad as I am with announcements. Roger, I'll keep that in mind. There's your answer. Chaos Scald. There's your answer. But I need to know if the Thompson roof seal can seal my roof or just my props. It can seal your roof as well. I'm so sorry. The chat wasn't scrolling. I've corrected it now. There's a little button. I've corrected it now. It's now. I'm such an idiot. Sorry, guys. I've been so happy and focused on this, but I was really concerned. Like, chat isn't moving. And I didn't look at the one on the screen. I didn't look at the fucking one in the top corner. I could have seen that. So sorry, guys. Thank you for all the messages, by the way. You guys are... Thank you, chat. I really appreciate it. Fuck, what an embarrassment. So, fuck. Right, where was I? Right, yes. Okay, this, and then clean it up, right? Okay, cool. I have a little bit of damage here that I did with the scalpel ages ago. That was better than if we were paying attention. That was better than... I'm sorry! I'm making my second cosplay. Nice. Post updates in the work in progress channel on the Discord. Anyway, back to this thing. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. I've been using this brush, which is getting slightly fucked a little bit on the edges here, but it's fine. Let me just get rid of these fucking little hairs. They're such a pain in the ass. These are such cheap little brushes, but they do the job for roof sealing and stuff. I've been using this brush, and this brush has been great and everything for, like, the nice painting and stuff I've been doing and what have you. But if you want to... Come on. There we go. If you want to add battle damage or a cast iron texture I get a lot of compliments, and I'm quite proud of this. I get a lot of compliments on my shoulders for my deathcore of Krieg. People are saying, like, is this foam? And I go, yeah. He goes, they don't look like foam. My favorite thing to do at a con, is when I just tear one of my shoulders off and hand it to someone, and they're like, what the fuck? It makes me so happy to see the look on their face. They're just dumbfounded. They're like, what? What? And I'm like, yeah, look, it folds and it bends and it's just foam and it's just got roof sealer on it. It's just the funniest thing. But I'll show you guys. Oops, Facebook, come on. But I'll show you guys what I mean. Here you go, Krieg cosplay. Right. Oh, don't whistle into the microphone. I just realized. So you have, for example, my Krieg shoulders. And yes, you can see there a seam line here, a seam line here, a little seam line. There's a little hole there. Oh, a seam line here and a seam line there. Now, some people would be happy with them as they are and they could paint them, which is fine. I don't mind them, but then I decided to roof seal them. So you can see the roof sealer does go black. It goes quite dark in the end. This has been textured, okay, by roof sealer. Only. That's it. Just Thompson's 10-year roof sealer. Okay? This is a second coat, and this is it dry now. And then I spray them black. There's my little Aquillas. And then there's other stuff. There's the shoulder. Hold on, let's go to the shoulders. There you go. Done. So when I paint them up and make them look all sort of worn and rusty, whatever, you can see they've got a texture on them. Okay? And that's what... I'm paranoid that chat's not moving. And that's what people like about these. They love them. They think, oh my god, that's so cool. Thank you, Krieg. Speaking to Flash, Flash was asking me, do you have to do the roof sealer before putting the bolt heads on? No, you don't. If you have plain ones that are just hexes or circles or whatever, you can just put them on and roof seal over them. If anything, it makes them look one piece. It makes them look really good. I put these on before roof sealer, and I've laser etched tiny Aquillas into them, as you can see here and here. But the problem I had was the roof sealer was filling them in, and you could never see them again. I then had to use the back of my nail and pushed all the roof sealer out and just sort of smoothed it with my thumb. Then I had to just dab a sponge on each of them to try and get rid of as much roof sealer as possible. That's the only way I could do it. And I was like, oh my god, this is not going to work. I'm going to lose all the detail, and I'm going to have to just paint over it. For example, there's a close-up. That's what they look like. That's what my little Aquila look like on the end of my bolt heads. But no one ever looks that close. So yeah, that's what they look like in the end with the texture and stuff on them. Now, how do I get that texture? How do I get that texture? Wrong camera. How do I get that texture? Well, let me introduce you. Right, I glued my nuts on today. I know you said hex, but I glued my nuts on today, ready to seal tomorrow. What you need is not a standard 1.5-inch brush. What you want is a 1/2-inch El Fucto. This is my absolutely ruined brush, and I did this on purpose. This brush has been knackered forever, and I've used this brush to texture so many things you have no idea. This is already drying. This color's already changed. What I did to get this brush was I bought a really cheap 1/2-inch brush. Super dirt cheap, okay? What I then did was ruin it by using a blowtorch. I used a blowtorch over it a little bit, mashed it up with my hand, twisted it, ruined it. When you roof seal with it, when you do some roof sealing with it, run it under the brush, squeeze it a little bit, but then mess it up like that, and then let it dry, because then it won't. It's mangled on the inside. It's mangled all on the inside, and it's completely ruined, okay? Now, they carry El Fuckers at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. If you go to B&Q, but hold on, actually, let me show you something really fun. This is the 1-inch version. And this is the half-inch version. So you can see, I bought them super cheap. These are called Expert DIY. They're very much not. But you can see, it used to just be a cheapo, sort of straightish brush. This is just, like I said, this will be good for texturing. But this one is the kind of brush you need, right? Now, this is what you do. This is what you do. Here, for example, there's a little nick or whatever, okay? Take your brush. Let me move the camera up to here to show you. Take your brush and dip it vertically in the very top of the roof sealer, okay? And just get a bunch of roof sealer on it while it's dripping and stuff, okay? What you then do is, with barely any pressure, just start doing this. Just start stippling. Don't ever brush. Don't ever brush. Start stippling. And turn the brush. Keep stippling. Now, you can keep stippling. Let me just show you. If you keep stippling, it goes sort of like a texture, like a sort of cast irony texture. But the more you do it, it's still lumpy and still textured, but the smoother it is. If you go straight with, you dip it into your roof sealer, and you, for example, just go like that and leave it, it's much bigger, much more violent, much thicker. You get more peaks. Takes way longer to dry. Okay? So what I do is I will keep stippling until it goes to like a kind of texture I kind of like. Right? Now, you'll see eventually that while you're stippling, the bit that you've already stippled will settle. Because roof sealer does settle eventually, and it settles quite nicely because it's quite a heavy paint. Like I was saying, it's quite a heavy paint. So now that's all textured. See all the lumps and bumps in it? You can see all the shine in it and everything. Now, if you go like that and you're working on it, you go, oh, shit, I don't want it. I've ruined my prop. It's all ruined. You just get your roller. Just get your roller. Then you can start again. Beauty of roof sealer, people. The beauty of Thompson Titanium roof sealer. Now, if you decide, I want a bit of texture. I do want a bit of texture. I want it here. You could just go like that. Just a little bit. Literally, move your brush around a lot. Don't stay in one area like I normally do. Right? What you get here is just a little area of texture. Just a little area. Just around like, there you go, done. Then carry on down here, and then just carry on, and you just turn the brush and just texture it like that. Done. Just push those negative feelings away. You don't need them. We don't have negative feelings here. We just have severe depression. But anyway, I keep touching the side. So if you have no roof sealer on your brush, by the way, and it starts to get like a lot less, you can keep going. Because if you have barely any roof sealer on there, you still get a texture, but it's not as heavy. So there's like the light texture, but with a loaded brush. And there's the texture with a not so loaded brush. You still get the smoothness underneath, but you get that as well. So I'm opting for this texture. So I'm just going to go around nice and gentle. And what's really cool about this, by the way, is if you don't want to, okay, if you don't want to, you don't have to paint this with a thin layer first and then texture it. You can texture it straight away. But I have always found that if you paint it first, the texture goes on easier. This is going to require a lot of stippling or whatever to get it to sink into the foam. So the best thing to do is to get a normal brush, paint it first to get the roof sealer into the foam, into all those little pores and everything like that inside the EVA foam. And then once you've done that, you can then grab your other brush, grab a little bit of roof sealer, because this is only a little thing, and then you can stipple onto it. And it holds it a lot better. It takes the roof sealer a lot better. Roof sealer takes roof sealer a lot better than just straight foam. And there you go. And you can get into little nooks and crannies and stuff like that. But never paint with your knackered brush. You don't have to have a knackered brush. I just recommend it because it's random and broken, and then you can just be like da 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 and just have fun with it. So I've decided the whole box is going to be textured like I have just been doing. So that's my plan. So that's pretty much it. What you do then is you wait. I always suggest 12 hours. The reason I suggest 12 hours is because you know that after 12 hours, it's going to be dry. Unless you leave it somewhere really damp and, it doesn't... God, there's a battery stuck in there. There we go. Come on, battery. There you go. Because I've been flipping it upside down and stuff to show you guys. I need to actually tighten that little box so it doesn't fall out and rattle around. So, yeah, what you do now is you just get your roof sealer and off you go. You can just start roof sealing. I might make this into, like, a full video. I don't think anybody's going to need a roof sealer tutorial, really. It's just, as in, like, a recorded, like, edited one, I mean. Like, some people do. Some people who are using roof sealer, like Flash, for example. It's just like, hey, how do I do this? How many layers do I need? That kind of thing. Happy to give advice, but I don't think people are going to need, like, a tutorial for it. So, we'll see. But yeah, I love Thompson Roof Sealer. I would like to give a shout out, by the way, to Mr. Dave Damon of Ultima Props, who has been a friend of mine for many, many years, before the Space Marine was even a thing. He had the Grey Knight Terminator that I now own, and he is the one who's 3D printed some stuff for me for my Voxcaster, and he is the man who introduced me to Thompson's 10-year roof sealer, and I've never looked back. I've tried other products. I've tried like cosplay specific sealers and stuff. I feel like the cost per like unit and per how much I use, it's just no contest. Your new cosplay is made of cardboard. Are you sure you don't want to go full Dave mode? Amazing. Go as a cardboard. Hello, Norwegian Viking. How you doing? Welcome. I am doing a quick roof sealer tutorial to show people. I say doing. I've pretty much done. Is there anything, Flash, that you would like to know? Is there anything I've missed? Anything you want to specifically know or anything like that? Let me know, and I will happily demo it for you. It's better to ask now while I'm here doing it. While I'm here just painting this up and getting it all sealed up. By the way, if you're doing texture, by the way, like I said, it is good to get it painted first with a layer and then, like, stipple it. You don't have to wait the full 12 hours if you don't really want to. If you're only doing a really light stippling like I was doing, like the second or third one I was doing really light, you can do that directly onto the roof sealer and let them dry together and you should be okay. Depending how thick you go. If you go thick, then you're going to need to let the first layer dry, then do the stippling, then let that dry. When do you know if there's enough sealant? The foam will be gone. So, see this piece here? There's the foam. This brush has barely any roof sealer on it. See that? That is now, like, coating the EVA foam, but it's not sinking into it, right? If you get a little bit more and pop it on and then do it, you'll see it dries. You'll see it's more sparkly and more glossy. That's enough. You don't have to go nuts with it. You don't have to go over the top with it for the first layer. You barely need much. Like right now, I'm doing around these areas, and these are all delicate areas, right? So my plan is to sort of go very light with it. So I'm going to be going very light with this, spreading it around very evenly. The problem you've got with doing props like this, for example, is things like these. These have M8.8 in them, right? And if I show you this, if I just took a normal amount of roof sealer and I'm painting it, I could fill those easily. Now, there is a way of doing it where you can just stipple it like that, just stab it in like that. It'll paint the whole thing and it won't fill those details, so the details will still be there. I've learned that after I had to scrape all of mine out when I was doing the Aquillas. But yeah, this is how you do it. Get it all so that it's very wet. Because if you do it like just that kind of thing, it's hard to. Well, there you go. There's a perfect example. See this shiny glossy area? See how this isn't very glossy? Right? If I grab some roof sealer, they now match. That's enough roof sealer. And then when you use the sponge roller on it, it sort of knocks it back a little bit, but it does the job, and it basically sort of evens it out or levels it off, you know? Now, up here, I messed up because I was too excited with the build of this thing, and I've got a big seam line here that I want to get rid of. So what I do is I load up my brush, and I just dab it in like that. I just fill those crevices. Fill those crevasses. And then I can just smooth over it. And then tomorrow, after about 12 hours, I'll come back, and if that has sunk, I will come back and do it again. And it'll get rid of it. And it's a little cheat, I know, but cosplay, there isn't really like cheating or anything. There's just things and tools and tips and stuff that you've learned. Krieger, thank you so much. Much appreciated. I really appreciate you saying that. I try my best, and I've always wanted to try my best to help people as well. The fact that Flash comes to me, well, I'm not gonna lie to you, quite often with like pictures and stuff like being like, "Hey, I'm doing this," and I'm so excited because he's using my patterns. Makes me very excited because I love the fact that somebody I know is using my patterns, but not only that, showing me quite regularly like, "Hey, I've just done this. Hey, I've just built this," or "Hey, I'm building this." I love it. I have your photos, by the way, from WhatsApp saved to my phone, and I show them to Steph, and I'm like, look, he's using my pattern, he's building stuff, it's going really well, and he's having fun with it. It makes me so happy. There was always a point where when I was doing the patterns and the tutorials and stuff that I was like, this is going to be too complicated for people. Not saying like, oh, I'm far too advanced of a cosplayer for people to, know how to do this. I was just like, is this too much? Like, is this going to just be confusing as hell for people? Like, if I explain it this way, is this going to just be... Are they just going to gloss over and go, wow, this is... what the fuck? I still think to this day that my Krieg gas mask tutorial is too long. And I've been told by some people that they needed some more information. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it wasn't long enough then. So it's just kind of... It's neither here nor there, really. It's just kind of... But, hey, you never know. Maybe one day I'll come back to it and I'll delete that tutorial and I'll make a new one. And I'll be like, here you go. This is a new tutorial now. This is longer and more informative and stuff like that. But we'll see. I probably won't because tutorials are a lot of work. Tutorials are a lot of work. Oh, by the way, for smaller areas, just use the end of it. I totally forgot to tell you that. Just use the end of it. Just dab it. Just gets rid of the brush lines. If you want to use like a kitchen sponge, you can. But do you know what I found with kitchen sponges? Is that the little yellow like foam, the little yellow sponge part of it, doesn't like roof sealer to the point where it actually will start coming off while you're trying to do it. And it's just like, what the hell? That's a bit of a pain in the ass. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, by the way as well, roof sealer, Thompson roof sealer. It is a rubber, like water-based rubber paint. Okay? You get it on your clothes, that's it. That's why I'm wearing an apron. It's not coming off, just so you know. You can rub it off immediately while it's wet. it's done. It stains your clothes. So wear a workshop apron or wear clothes you really, really don't care about. Because if you don't, it will very much be a problem for you. Because if it's your nice pair of trousers or something and you're like, oh, these are my nice work trousers, I'll just seal this super quick, and you get them on those trousers, you're screwed. That's why I have loads of work trousers. So many work trousers. So many pairs, and all of them have got roof sealer on them. All of them have got roof sealer. Every single one of them. Now, obviously now, after I've built this, my seams are a lot better. So I don't have to do this as much as I did back in the day. In fact, I didn't do this much back in the day with my Space Marine, but not long after I started to see like the seam lines were a bad thing, for me anyway, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna have to do something about this. So I started to take things off the Space Marine and re-sand everything, and then go at it again with a sander and then clean it up. And then be like, right, okay, roof sealer time, and then roof seal the ever-loving Christ out of it. My shoulder pauldron that has the Chaos Star on it, I believe has 8 layers of Thompson Stain roof sealer, so that's 8 days, 12 hours, 8 days. I even did a layer, I waited 8 hours, did another layer. I was actually in bed, and I was like, I could go down and do another layer now. And I went down and did a layer at like stupid o'clock in the morning. It was really funny. My partner at the time was just like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm just going to go down to the workshop and just got to seal this prop. Why? I'm like, because I got an itch I need to scratch and I got to go down and do it. So I did. I went down and did it. Stupid o'clock. Yeah, stupid o'clock. It was silly AM. And I was just in bed sleeping. Well, I wasn't sleeping. I was in bed just thinking about, I need to go down and roof seal of this. And it was just the dumbest thing ever. And I was like, why? I don't need to. You could have waited until the morning. But because it itches my brain. It itches my brain a lot. And it makes me want to go down and do it immediately. So I do. Now you can see here, I'm going back and forward to the roof sealer a lot. Because I'm only doing a light stippling. Like, I'm doing it nice and light. Nice and light. Because I don't want this to be super heavy, like cast iron looking. I want it to look sort of metallic-y. By the way, for those of you wondering, if you do that and leave it thick like I showed you before, let that dry for more than 12 hours. You need to let that dry quite a bit. Like, let it... Oh, sorry, it's the music. Let it dry for quite a bit longer, okay? And what you need to do then is when you're dry brushing it, really quickly dry brush this, and all these lumps and everything will catch your dry brush, and it'll look so good. Look so good. Now, one thing you will find with the roof sealer is you can never find somewhere to hold on to it properly sometimes, but luckily for me, I've literally got a handle. Now, this is for my engineer. I'll be doing like a demo variant, sort of with some explosives and some grenades and demo charges and things like that. Now I'm just going to texture this. Doesn't need a lot of texture, this top bit. But you can see here, I did this today. And while pushing this in, the super glue immediately, I don't know what the fuck happened there, immediately hit the foam and grabbed onto it. So I have a seam here that I want to get rid of. So I'm just going to grab some roof sealer. And I can just fill it in. I can just dab on a wagwan. Dab on a wagwan. There we go. I don't know why I keep thinking of Jeremy Clarkson every time I think of dab. Because he's driving a car and he's like, this is the Corbin car. And he's like, I'm down with youth. Dab on a wagwan. So, that is that. Then tomorrow, if I need to do more, I will. And you can already see, you can still see the line, but it's not as bad as it was, which is nice. Obviously, I messed up, and it happens. Don't kick yourself. Like, you know, don't be like, oh, I've ruined it and whatever. Like, shit happens. Shit happens. And even now, all these years on, I still mess up all the time. Krieg Voxcaster and stuff, I bet you I'll be messing up with that. I bet you I'll mess up with that. Not overly keen if I do mess up with it, because it's a project I've been really wanting to do for some time. So excited for the Voxcaster to be done. Another video coming out tonight, by the way. You are back. Welcome back. I sort of like the line, makes it look built, right? So, for you, I'll leave it. I'll leave it like that. I'll leave it like that. That'll be our little secret. And if you tell anyone, I will find you and I will cut you. I'm joking. But yeah. So, minus the explanation. By the way, if you see here, see all this? This isn't from tonight's stream. This roof sealer's from 5 years ago? 3 years ago? I don't know. But anyway, there you go. That... Oh, I'm avoiding I'm avoiding Krieg's bit. I'm going to avoid that so I don't ruin it, because it's perfect. So, let's go to this camera. Let's go to this camera. And there you go. See all the texture all over it? And I've not done it perfectly. I've missed bits. See, I've missed there. And I've missed a bit of the back. I've gone back over it. And then I've done the top as well. The top is nice. So now, you leave that for 12 hours. I wish I could do that and just leave it for 12 hours. So, now, you move your tools and your... Whoopsie daisy. Oh, I forgot the roof sealers on it. And your piece of paper. And then, chat, we go to be right back while I go clean my tools. Be right back.
The 4th Legion's number grows stronger.
Pinkthorn, welcome, thank you. 21 months. Holy crap. Holy crap. That's insanity. Currently on a 2-month streak, obviously because I stopped streaming, but I still really appreciate it. Let me just show you guys super quick as well. That's it, they're clean. The time I was gone to the time I came back, I cleaned them. Now, you're probably wondering, how they cleaned so quickly? Thompson's 10-year roof sealer is water-based. You just clean off with cold water. Don't use hot water. It actually makes it all go like weird and gooey. Just cold water. Done. Everything dries off really nicely. Don't clean this too well, because you still want a bit of roof seal left in it so it can get all manky and whatever. But there you go. Brush is clean. Roller's clean. Stipple's clean. It's all clean. So, what does that mean? Well, Tell you what it means. It means now we seal up the roof sealer by sealing it with its own lid. And then I use this. A little bit of leakage here from a bit of old manky roof sealer. And by the way, try and clean the rim of your lid, by the way, because if you don't, it can go very hard and you end up having to get a knife and scrape it all off and it falls into the paint. You've got to pick it out. You don't have to, but I do. Because I do forget sometimes, like I just did. But there you go. So, that is how you do it. That is how you do it. As I like to say, imperfection is its own perfection. I like that. I really like that. Easy cleanup is such a boon. I tell you, the fact that roof seal is that easy to clean up, tools and everything, you don't need cellulose thinners or white spirits or anything like that. It's so much nicer. Roof sealed. Job done. So, that is how you do it. Now, this light is super bright. I need to see if I can... Ooh, that's softer. That's better. I've moved my lights and stuff recently, and they're not the best. You can go. Goodbye. So long. There we go. Don't need that anymore. So, but yes, that is how easy it is, chat. That is how easy it is. Tom Does Stuff, how you doing? With that being said, by the way, I didn't roof seal this. I'm going to make another one that has, actual, details and stuff on it. Or one that has all the details and stuff on it, and then Iron Warrior Cosplay at the bottom, and you can put your phone against it, and it'll go ding, and you'll have all my links and stuff. Or you might have something like, well, I don't know, maybe something like that might come up. But how you doing, Tom? Welcome, welcome. But yes, that is not getting roof sealed because I'm not going to put this back on. This is back when I used way too much contact cement, but it still works. Yeah, I love NFCs. They're so much fun. I don't have one on my Krieg chest box anymore because it's a new chest box. It's a different chest box to my last one. So it's, I'm not really sure what to do with it. I might put one back in the top of it. I don't know. We'll see. Oh my God. How have I not told you guys? Oh my God. Got some wonderful news. She's back. There she is. She's back. My tractor's back. She's back. It's so cool. Ooh, that's nice lighting. But yeah, I am gonna turn it. Which lighting's better, chat? Like this, where it's dark behind me, or I don't know. But anyway, she's back. She's back, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. For those of you who care or know mechanics or anything like that, there was a problem with the distributor in the fact that the bearing was broken, completely shot, the bearing of the shaft of the distributor, and the little weights that come out, the centrifugal weights that come out, both were seized solid, so they weren't balancing it at all, hence the bearing went, and that's why she was misfiring and stuff. So yeah, now that she's done, she starts like that. You put it over the thing, you pull the chuck out, you turn the fuel on, you pull the chuck, you turn the key, you grab the gear stick, you move it over to S, and you go, and it starts immediately. Done. Shaft. But no, seriously though, not Tom Does Stuff, I just saw your name come up, it says Shaft. Flash does photography. How was that for you, my friend? I hope that was all the knowledge you needed. I am more than happy. This, by the way, every time stream finishes, the VOD immediately gets chucked up onto my YouTube channel, unedited, but also unlisted. I'm working on the audio. For example, the Wii technical music is playing right now, and that's going out to stream where it hasn't been before, but I need to check. So once I go through and check all those videos, then done. If it works well and there's no licensed audio going out to stream or anything, then those videos will go live into the Stream Vault as they have done before when I was streaming on YouTube. So if you want to come back and watch this again, Flash, or if anyone wants to come back and watch this again and have some roof sealing tips and tricks, then let me know. I will happily put that up on YouTube with the audio and everything. Fingers crossed. I love this song. It's called Auslander by Rammstein. Sorry, I mean, this is the Wii technical music. But no, I hope that was good. I hope it wasn't too, I hope there wasn't too much information in one go. I'm hoping it was something that you guys will look back to in the future. With sort of, you know, like, oh, I need, you can't hear Rammstein. Are you, you're missing an M from Rammstein, by the way. Oh, you can't hear him. But I can. That's so weird. Cannot hear the Auslander. Okay, hold on then. If my phone can hear it and I've turned it up, I tell you. I'm going to my live stream. I'm muting my live stream. So the music is playing, but you guys can't seem to hear it. So I will turn it up. Good. As long as it's audible, but not just the music and barely me. It needs to be background audio, like the Wii music and stuff was. But yes, that is how I roof seal props. I have in the past, I was talking to Flash, who seems to have vanished. I was talking to Flash, and I did say, don't use the sponge roller to dip it into the roof seal and paint with it. If you're doing something huge that has like barely any detail on it, but it's flat and you need to just do it, or like a shoulder pauldron or something, I used to use brushes for that and then sponge rolled it, but then realized it's so big that just to do the first layer, I might as well dip the roller in it and use it. But for like a gas mask or the box or anything like that, give it a paint first, run the roller over it, let it dry, do it again. I will say this as well. That box, for example, I haven't painted the underside of it. So that'll be the next one I do. For example, I'll do it again, wait for 12 hours, then flip it over, do the bottom of the box, do that. Not really bothered about the bottom of the box, really, because it's the bottom of the box. No one's going to really see it. The same with my Krieg toolbox. For some godforsaken reason, I thought I'll hang it up in the workshop. So I hung it up from the rafters of the workshop and stippled and painted the underneath of it as well. And I'm like, why? No one's ever going to see it. But I did it anyway, because I'm a silly Billy. But yeah, I fucking love Rammstein. But yeah, let's do this as well, chat. I'm going to jump over to Apple Music here, right? And if you guys have any song suggestions, but you will know, yeah, that's how I've always done it. That's how I've always done it. I know I've done that. Like the little Aquillas on the shoulder. Not many people notice them immediately, but occasionally people will look at my shoulders. I've seen people, he had his like hands behind his back and he was just walking around me slowly, like looking at all the details and stuff like that. And he went, are those tiny Aquillas? Like, those are tiny Aquillas on the ball heads. And he was like, the detail. And I'm like, I know. And it makes me very happy. Always got to have those nice finishing details though. Yeah, that's how I've always seen it. Also, hi Zigraves, how you doing? Yeah, it's the same with me. It's like what I'm thinking about doing. It's like what I'm thinking about doing with the Voxcaster and stuff. The Voxcaster, like I said, the Voxcaster is going to have a lot of details. It's going to have a lot of moving parts and stuff like that. It's going to have like things. There's going to be some switches on it, some dials and stuff on it, and things like that. And I like that. But when I'm walking around, it'll also be like a static object that people could just look at, and it'll have like stuff coming out of it and everything. It'll be really good. But when it comes to things like, for example, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a prop. I'm looking up at my giant shelf of props. Oh, the Krieg shotgun. That's a perfect example. The Krieg shotgun, when I'm looking at it or when I'm holding it, on each of the ends of the shells, it says Krieg 12 gauge on them. That detail, didn't have to put that on. I could have just done a circle with another circle in the middle and painted them brass or copper or whatever color. But for me, I get to see that when I hold the prop. I also get to show people that when I show them the prop and stuff. I also I get to be like, look, I've done this, and they're just like, oh my god. And I'm like, yeah. Like for example, here you go. That's what they look like. On this is on my PC, obviously, on the little files and stuff I did, but I did those, and that's a test I did, and you can see where the laser's been just doing that, whatever, and then that's what they look like. These are the ones I haven't actually painted or anything yet. I'm looking for a bandolier to put them in, so it looks like I can reload it, and then that's what they look like when they went in. See. And these were just the tips. They're only that big. They're not actually full shells in the actual thing. But when it was done, that's how they looked. And as you can see, that's been Thompson's 10-year roof sealed. This has been roof sealed, so have these, and I've textured everything at the same time. But each one of these, they're different to the texture here. This is heavier texture than these. I just took the end of the roller and just dabbed the end of them, making sure I didn't fill the Krieg 12 gauge shotgun or this very fine line. But yeah, I appreciate that. Beauty. Friggin' laser. Marvelous. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. My Krieg shotgun's like one of my favorite things I've built recently that isn't, you know, like it's just one of my favorite guns I painted recently, and it's like I said, it's just a prop, but it's one of the ones I really liked recently, and I genuinely really liked it. Now, if I actually go to Google super quick, and type in Krieg shotgun, there was a bit I actually missed. Oh my god, my video just came up. That's so funny. I love it. My short came up when I typed it in. I love that. That's fantastic. I just typed it into Google Images and it came up, and I was like, oh my god. The thing I want to do, the most. Let me just show you guys this. This is a piece of artwork that I just found. This isn't mine. I like this, okay? This is a really cool art piece or whatever. Now, what do you notice? Actually, let me just get my Facebook back out, because I've just gotten rid of it like an idiot. I just opened that in a new tab. There we go. Right, let me show you what is the difference between this here and this here. Do you see a lot of difference? Do you see a big difference? There is some differences. There's, you know, but I'm talking like a difference that you would notice, that I've noticed, that I want to change. I'll give chat a moment to check. I'll keep going back and forward between them so you guys can see. My one, that's a real prop. And then that one. True. There is a hammered texture. You are absolutely bang on. That hammered texture, by the way, takes me so long to do, but I'm really happy with how it turns out. And I did worry, I really worried, it properly worried me that I went over the top with it, but I'm happy with it. What I don't like about it is I have this little copper band, this little copper band, this little copper band, this little copper band, but this is a double pipe, and this is just a piece of foam I cut and put on because the artwork I was following was a 3D printed prop that I saw. That's the difference that I want to change. So this is 2 PVC pipes that, well, no, it's not. It's 2 pieces of metal, but I would use 2 pieces of PVC pipe. So my plan eventually is to cut this off, this piece of block foam here, is to cut that off and replace it with 2 pieces of pipe. That's my next like little job, because every time I kept seeing pictures, I was like, no, it's bad. Well, this is the one I followed. That's the one I followed. Obviously, I changed mine a little bit because, you know. Can you mount a bayonet on that pipe? I mean, yeah, if I use the same size diameter PVC pipe as I use for my las guns, then yeah, I'll be able to put a bayonet on it. It'll be really funny. But this is the one I copied. But I didn't like the stock of this one. There was something about the stock that I just didn't like. So I went with the las gun kind of stock. But the one I really didn't enjoy was this one. There's something about this particular Krieg shotgun that I've just looked at while I was doing research and stuff. That this didn't appeal to me. Everything from here forward I love. I like how it looks. I love the wood effect and everything, or even if it's real wood. I don't like this. This upsets me. This just looks... there's something about it. I couldn't. Wait, you tried to print... obviously not my one. Come on. Oh, bother. Did you try to print this one? Pinkthorn. Oh my god. Zoom. Did you try to... No, the other one. The other one. Let's just type in Krieg shotgun 40k. Which one did you try to 3D print? The one you hated the stock on. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. I do apologize. I just don't like the stock. It's terrible. Like, it's nothing against the person who designed it. Nothing against the prop itself. This is a beautiful prop. This is stunning. I love the little details here where they've been like cut out a little bit. I think that looks stunning, and I love this. It's got a lot more fine detail on it than mine, and the wood looks like real wood. I don't know whether that's been painted or whether that's real varnished wood, but I don't know. But I just can't. There's something about this. It just looks like a pizza paddle. I don't know. There's something about it I just really dislike. But that kind of shape. Oh, so it just downloaded it for some reason. Why? Don't download it. But anyway, this. Oh, good lord. Never mind. That one. I like the shape of that one because it has the same kind of stock as mine. And I like that kind of stock shape. It looks really nice. You see, I did elongate this a little bit because of the size of my hand. I actually measure sort of from my thumb to here, and then I'm like, okay, and then I'll wrap my hand around something, and then I'll figure out sort of how much I need. So I made mine a little bit longer, like I did with my las guns. But here's some like cool Krieg props and stuff. Like there's just the stocks look really nice on them, except for that specific one. There's something about that I just don't like. There's something I don't like. But there's that one. That one's from like the book. And that looks really good. I love that one. Tonk. But again, it's got pipes. So I'm going to do that. My next job is to do pipes on the end of mine. So it's going to be super easy. I just have to take a very sharp blade, cut right at the very front of it. It should pop off. It'll leave a bit of metal on there because I've got a steel rod that runs through the whole thing. And then I just have to get PVC pipes, cut and set them and drill them and all that kind of stuff. And that's the plan. Thank you for the Hell Hydrate, actually, by the way. I very much needed it. Thank you, Red Shadow. I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's like the plans I've got right now. Though, I'm doing Krieg Voxcaster stuff. But if you guys would like, and I'm happy to do so, I will release the next video, episode 3, I believe. Shall disappear. Remind me next weekend I shall post the shovel pack. Yes, please do. I will post episode 3 of the Krieg Voxcaster build, I'm more than happy to, if you guys want to. It's only 11 minutes. So let's do that. Let's go public. Let's publish it. It's now public. It's crazy how quick that is. Yeah, there you go. Krieg Voxcaster Part 3 is now available to watch on YouTube. If you guys want to go and check that out. We are going to be doing a raid momentarily. This stream hasn't been super long. It's because mainly it was just to show you guys. I mainly show Flash, who has vanished. Flash has flashed off somewhere. But I just want to thank you guys for being here. I'm really appreciative of all the kind words you guys said about the detail and stuff that I was doing, and all the stippling and all the weathering details and stuff that I was teaching people. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. I'm going to my YouTube channel now to share my latest video. Wait, Krieg Voxcaster, episode 3. Is it episode 3? Yeah, it's episode 3, isn't it? Yeah, also, Flash, are you even here? Oh, Flash is here. Flash is here, but I think he's playing with Blue. They're playing a game tonight, I believe. So, whether he's going to do that, I don't know. There we go. Done! Episode 3 is out now and available. So that is now there for everyone to watch, if you guys so wish. I love this song. And then I'm going to share it, obviously, to my channel and share it to YouTube releases. At everyone. Krieg Voxcaster episode 3. Done. So yeah, that is maybe he's fighting Ming the Merciless. Maybe he's flying around on a disc. But yes, that is now out. I will post. I'll probably post the episode 3 image or whatever to Instagram while we raid or something. Because what I have to do is I have to go to YouTube Studio. I have to go to like YouTube Studio and then like save the thumbnail as an image, and it's a whole thing. So. But yes, if you guys are interested, it is there, and the videos will get more and more interesting the more and more I build, obviously. But I really hope it's something you guys are interested in, and I really hope the videos aren't too long and boring. I always talk a lot. As you guys know, you come to my streams, I talk. It's what I do. It's one reason I started streaming. I was like, I could talk for ages. I could talk in front of a big audience. I can mess up and deal with the problem. But yeah, I'm just excited to get something new built, something new and something sort of substantial. Like I did the shovel recently. Yeah, the shovel's great. I did the what are they called? The Steel Legion gas mask. Yeah, that's great. But they're all small, fun things. Whereas I want to build something big and something sort of elaborate with electronics and switches and dials and cool shit like that. So you know, talking's the thing we came for. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I just realized I'm gonna do it now. Done. There you go. So I've shared it everywhere. But yes, switches and dials. I know, right? But one more time before we go, we are just gonna super quick, just Iron Fest. If you guys haven't bought your tickets, please check those out. I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. I'll give you guys a dunk. We are gonna raid we aren't going to raid Live Action Pixel again if he's live, because we've raided him, what, twice or 3 times now. See if we can find someone to raid. Someone that we know. Oh, Twitch is live. No, thank you. We've got Studio G7, Painting Mini, Soy Studios. We've got gaming. I like to find people who are like slightly lower viewerships. 693 views. No, that's too high. Oh, here you go, my friend DM Stretch, kicking off the birthday weekend. Oh, that's cool. Yes, we'll raid him. And we'll give him a happy birthday as well. He has 5 viewers, so let's give him a little boost. I think there's 9 of us here, and I would really like to do that. But without further ado, thank you so much for being here. I have been your host, Iron Warrior Cosplay, and I'm looking forward to, hopefully maybe in a month or 2, getting a new camera, setting up in the workshop with a lav mic, and then just having it run so that you guys can just pop into stream, and it won't be me sat here with lighting and studio and stuff. It'll just be me in the workshop doing my thing, but just live. And I think that'd be really cool. So we'll see how that goes. Don't know how well it'll go, but I'm gonna try it. You know, but if not, then I'll have a second camera then to film better quality top-down stuff while I'm building and painting stuff. Considering as well, I want to start building like Gundam models that my friend Andrew has given me. It'd be cool to have a better camera to be able to see the details of stuff I'm doing there. So yeah, it's worth a try. Exactly, it's always worth a try. I've always tried stuff out and tried it and see if I can get it to work. And you know, if things go well, then things go well, and I'll carry on doing more of that. I want to call it In the Workshop with Iron Warrior Cosplay. I want to make its own intro and everything as well. I was even tempted to actually, instead of doing like a funny comedy intro, doing an actual proper intro. Like an actual, factual, nice, decent intro for it. But we'll see. I might do a funny one because I like comedy. Even though the music at the start of my stream is all like serious and like Iron Warrior and heavy and stuff. And then it kicks in and it's just like, hi! And it's just really funny. But anyway, we are going to go and raid my good friend DM Stretch. And we're going to just double check there. Right, so thank you all for being here. Keep us all a bit more sane. Well, I don't know about sane. But I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you so much. I've been Iron Warrior Cosplay. Let's get this raid going. Let's get as many of you in as possible. And I would really appreciate it if you could all jump in. For those of you who are subscribed, please jump over to the Discord. We are going to be over there hanging out and chatting for a little bit after stream. Probably until about 9:15, 9:30, something like that, depending how it goes. But anyway, for now, from me, Iron Warrior Cosplay, I shall see you all again very soon. And I'll see you next Friday. Bye for now.